Hello, we are Team Cottbus. I'm Tom Luzzy, and I'll be talking about the initial investment as well as the final recommendation for the ACME Manufacturing, which we are going to be replacing an existing ERP platform with an open source alternative, or Open ERP.
I'm Xiaochu, and I will introduce the best scenario.
Hello, I'm Yiluge. I will introduce the disadvantage of using OpenERP.
I'm Fengkong. I will introduce the solutions to deal with current problem of OpenERP.
I'm Haoqing. I will introduce the evaluation of the alternatives.
For the initial investment, we plan to have about $300,000 for both research and development, labor, and training for employees. Most of the costs will be one time and be coming in for the transition from the SAP to the Open ERP. And while Open ERP costs less in maintenance than SRP does. Open ERP also has intangible values such as increasing work efficiency and is not as restrictive as SAP and allows for more opportunities.
In the best scenario, Open ERP will help the company obtain many benefits. First is cost saving. The deployment and maintenance cost of SAP ERP is high. Any customization is very costly, about 200 per hour, and even a minor functionality will cost around 100 hours. However, Open ERP will almost cover all business areas and easy to customize. Due to customization, the cost is reduced from 30 to 40% in the Open ERP as compared to SAP. Also, the switching cost is acceptable. License cost and hardware requirements in Open ERP can almost be ignored. Second, Open ERP software can be easily implemented and it is independent from the vendor. A standard installation can be finished in a couple of days, and the smart development framework allows meeting more specific expectations in a very short time. Since the source code of the software is with the client on their server, which allows us to customize the tool as the company's requirement. Third, Open ERP has high flexibility and it's easy to integrate it with our existing systems. Open ERP customization provides us with functionality that our business require, removing all the extra features that can confuse the user. It will provide us easy tools and quick fixes. Users can easily access the source code, so interfacing and integration with other systems is available.
Okay, now let's move to the disadvantage part. In fact, active development of open source software promotes application development to a golden age. According to Forest Research, the number of open source projects from 2006 to 100,000 to 725,000. Thus, CIO should consider the disadvantage of open source software with the interest of all stakeholders in mind. And we separate the disadvantage to 5 parts. The first one is the challenge for small company. And the system can be implemented by most medium and large enterprises, but for some small and medium enterprises, implement a full-blown ERP system is not usually considered because a high capital is required. Also, the business may not be able to maximize the use of the application because licensed ERP software is equipped with other features included in the package. And these extra features are provided by the vendor, hence the business may completely focus its attention on the core business operation independently. And the second part is useless information. Depending on the project, your ERP may receive updates at irregular or unannounced intervals. The mass accumulation of information would slow down the system and possibly even crash the system, which needs high cost of system maintenance. Moreover, Open ERP is not totally free. and it could be related to the implementation, management, and the support of unexpected costs. And the third part is the support. While communities for some open source ERPs provide wonderful support, it will mostly be limited to community forums and groups if you have any problems. As no official support website or phone number exists, lacking of unified management, open ERP results in duplicates and achieved some functions. This brittle aspect of existing system is in part responsible for the limitations around the number of users one can manage. And the next disadvantage is limitations. Many open source ERPs work towards compatibility with other common software, but yours may not function with other programs. And the features are very standardized, so they may not be applicable to all companies or businesses. This could be need to modify the current system to accommodate the features of the open source ERP, and you may need to switch systems or programs just to complete simple tasks. Due to the parallel development efforts underway, the user may not know what to do or which version is compatible with other software. For instance, the version of differentiation of Android creates many kinds of rules, which confuse customers, and even Google have no idea to handle it. And the final aspect is the project deaths. Some open source projects continue to receive supports and updates for years, and some lose members or fundings and cease altogether due to the struggle and quit of some key programmers, or they lose interest and shifted to a new program. The open source project will stand still and death if there has no technical capabilities to address even simple errors that open ERP encounter. It may lead to disastrous effect.
Now we have some solutions to deal with the current problem on ERP program. The first, I researched the past updates of ERP project to get a reasonable idea of what to accept. The upgrades on open source ERP softwares should be more efficient and stable. Testing those updates on a stage environment is required before actually applying them on real production systems. Second, it's when you actually use your ERP that you will obtain value from your investments. For that reason, maintenance and support are crucial for your long-term success. Therefore, support and maintenance service should be improved by suppliers in order to achieve the maximum productivity. On the other hand, technical and functional support and maintenance would attract more open ERP users. The third one, the compatibility of open source ERP with others common software suite should be improved fundamentally. More file formats should be supported by all kinds of open source softwares, which would bring convenience to companies using different open source software. The fourth one, also your software will continue to operate in its current condition. Beware that the project may not have as long lifespan as your business. If your project dies, you may need to switch programs or risk working with an obsolete system. Also, the companies can hire professionals and experts to make IT stuff up and speed and improve their efficiency.
Okay, let's move to the evaluation part. In this project, replacement the existing SAP ERP platform with an open source alternative. We may plan to spend $300,000 according to the company's estimation. The Open ERP has 50% chance to be widely accepted and function well. However, based on the drawbacks about Open ERP project, we will abandon this project if the cost may go beyond our budget or Open ERP project do not achieve a better productivity. Let's take this project as a one-time investment. We could choose implement the project right now. The best expected cost saving is $500,000, while the worst one is $200,000. And the net present value is calculated as listed above is $50,000. Or we may defer the project to next year. And the best expected cost saving is $500,000 with a chance of 60%, and the worst one is cost saving of $200,000 with a 40% chance, and a discount rate of 10% will occur. After calculation, the net present value is about $45,455. Since it shows above both of the net present value are positive, the project is acceptable. Let's consider this project as multiple investment. If we decide to implement the project, we should provide $30,000 to do research and test the feasibility of the project. And 1 year after the pioneer investment, the company will decide whether to expand or shrink it according to the situation at that time. After the pioneer capital, we may consider the technology maturity and the market attitude at that time. If more people and the organization take part in the development of open source ERP, or if most customers choose to open ERP, we may consider to implement it in our warehouse. Additional $200,000 for training and maintenance will be needed. If the application of the technology is not suitable for our business, and the growth chance of open source ERP is not optimistic, we may abandon it. After 1 year implementation, based on our financial statement and our employees' feedback, we may decide to expand it or shrink it. If we save much more money and the feedback is positive, we may decide to further invest this project, and we will provide additional $100,000 for maintenance and upgrade in the later few years. And the best expected cost saving is also $500,000 with a discount rate of 10%, since we defer it for a year. And the worst one is just lose the $30,000. And the net present value is also positive.
We recommend using the real option approach of testing the waters and putting multiple investments into the project. That way, if it becomes likely that Open ERP will not be what is best for the company, we can terminate the change and only use a portion instead of the whole investment. Not to mention that the method has the highest NPV of the evaluations we've previously discussed. It also allows for the project to be more responsive to both the market as well as the employees. So this will allow us to either shrink, expand, or to completely terminate it should it look like open ERP is not what's best for the company. Thank you for listening, and we've been Team Cottbus.